Alexa, turn on bedroom light. Okay. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Claims of Truth Healing Circle. It is absolutely lovely to be here tonight doing the Claims of Truth Healing Circle, and working on myself, working on others, working on the field is just such an awesome opportunity to check in with myself, to help others, and to also work on the field. And that is how it works. It is as we work on ourselves, we are working on everyone else, because we really are all interconnected, connected energetically. And so it's a beautiful opportunity for us to just be like, okay, let us work. So tonight's claim of truth is actually technically not a claim of truth. It is just two simple sentences from the book Resurrection. You can see I have a lot of little pieces of paper in here, but this is the book Resurrection, book 1, the Manifestation Trilogy. And these two sentences come from page 8, actually page XII, of the book. So it's still in the introduction of the book. And the two sentences that we are working with tonight is, this is a teaching of love. This is a gift for each of you. And when this showed up for me, it was really interesting to have these two sentences show up for me, because I was just like, really? It's just two sentences, and it's not really a claim of truth. And, I got to take a lot of healings on the place where I'm like, this doesn't look like everything else. Yes, this doesn't look like everything else. So that's some of what we're going to be working on. So, casting a circle of light, specifying that only Source Creator God, my healing team, and the Privy Council be present for tonight's Claims of Truth Healing Circle, where we are going to be looking at two sentences from the book Resurrection, and we're going to take a look at how those sentences are healing opportunity, and how we can be blessed, how we've always been blessed, how we've always been gifted, even when we didn't know we were being gifted. We're going to look at where we get what we need, not what we want, and there's going to be a lot of gifts being given. So may it be with the blessing, blessing, blessing of Source, gifts coming in, that we continue to know ourselves as word, divinity, and form, which is that we're always worthy, that we're always being gifted, that everything is always available to us, whether we remember it or not, that we have that opportunity to remember. Whew. Gifts, gifts, gifts. And with that, we say amen and aho. And here we are, another opportunity to heal the things that show up for us, another opportunity for us to take a look at how, in this case, two very simple sentences can transform our entire lives. Once again, that claim of truth, and I put that little asterisk up there that it's technically not a claim of truth, is this is a teaching of love. This is a gift for each of you. And it appears at the very beginning of Resurrection. It's still in the introduction. And, they are talking about Melchizedek. The guides, as Paul Selig refers to them, are talking about that each of us who hears these words is about to embark on a journey of resurrection. Resurrection is a frequency. There's lots of meanings for resurrection. One of the additional meanings from an energetic standpoint is that resurrection is a frequency of worthiness. A frequency of worthiness, of us knowing that we are worthy of everything, whether we believe it or not, that we've always been worthy, that we were born worthy, that we didn't have to earn any of this, that it is exactly what we need when we need it. And so here we are on a journey of resurrection. And the mandate of resurrection, the mandate of that frequency, is the reclamation of all things that have denied the divine. We're reclaiming everything that has denied the divine. Well, I don't know about you. I certainly know that I have, in a lot of ways, denied the divine. I have denied the divine in the ways where I don't think that I'm worthy enough. I've denied the divine when, I credit some of the amazing things that happen here on the planet. I credit people and things for that, not Source. There are a lot of times that I have denied the divine. This is the really cool part, that all of that is forgiven. All of that is transformed. And so that's what we are doing here. We are making the world new. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and do that. Wow. Gifts, gifts, gifts coming in. Lots of resurrection frequency for everybody. And it's for everybody that is here in the physical, everybody that is here in the energetic sense of the word, and all of those who watch the recording later. The gifts are always given. It is not just limited to like this time frame. I'm sitting in the Eastern time frame, so it's not like, oh, well, if you weren't here between 7 and 8, sorry, you're just plumb out of luck. The gifts are always given. So that's the good news. I love that. Let me ask you a question. You don't have to answer it in the chat, but how many times have you picked up and read one of Paul Selig's books? Not cover to cover, not, a whole chapter, but how many times have you picked up the book, maybe even just read a sentence or you've seen something online where you did not realize that the information that was in the book was there for you. You just read it, right? You just kind of like, oh yeah, I heard that sentence, behold, we make all things new. But I didn't think they were talking about me. Has that ever happened to you? It certainly happened to me loads and loads of times. There have been times when I've picked up the book. There have been times when I've heard, Joan doing, reading a passage for class. There have been times when Care has talked about any one of the claims of truth that I'm just like, oh yeah, that's really nice. Oh, that's a great thing. But that's not, they're not talking about me. That's not for me. I do it a lot. I have done it a lot. And I have also thought, yeah, that isn't what I need. Let's get to the next part. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Let's get to the next part. Let me get to the part that is for me. If that is you, here's your healing. We're giving everybody a healing on the place where we have gone unconscious to the things that are here for us. I'm like, what? Oh, you mean me? Are you talking to me? Maybe you're somebody who is in class. I've certainly done that. I'm happy to confess that, I'm sitting in class. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Is that for me? Is that mine? Oh, okay. Here's your healing. So you are welcome to ask where you are holding the most unconsciousness that you would like to move. Where are you holding the unconsciousness? The energy of the unconsciousness, it makes you go unconscious to the gifts that are here in the present. If you want really specifics, where do you go unconscious to the gifts that are here in the present? Oh, dear Lord. I go right here in my third eye is the one that lights up for me now, where I go unconscious to the gifts that are right here, right now. So if you take a moment, ask, what gifts are available for me right here in this moment? What is available for me that I can, know that I am worthy of receiving and know that I'm being given that? Now that one makes me pretty emotional because I have this knowingness that is like, this has always been the case, but I get an opportunity to see it right now. Look what's right here in the present. Have any of you ever read that little quote that, I don't know, I'm gonna probably screw it up. The present is a gift. That's why it's called a present. Yeah, right here, right now. So each of you is getting a crystal. It's a really, I see it as a really tiny, small crystal of emergence. It's going right there in your third eye. And there is also a frequency of eminence going in there. It's like a little drop of frequency that is going in there, helping us be more conscious to everything that's available. And it's available right here and right now. But we forget. We go, I'm busy. I got things I'm doing. I don't know about you. Sometimes, like, I know I do this when when I'm watching TV, I'm on my phone. Let me answer these text messages. Let me do several things going on at the same time. Not a judgment at all, for any of us who do that. I definitely do that. But the place where it's like, oh, let me be here, right now, and get the gifts that are here for me. So that was the first gift, a gift for our third eyes, emergence and eminence. Yeah, it's really good, really good. This 2 sentences tonight this is a teaching of love. Every single one of the sentences in any of these books is a teaching of love. It is a teaching of joy, a teaching of clarity, of wonder, of joy. It's a teaching of love. And it doesn't matter what you're reading, it's all about the love. Everything is about the love. Wow, I cannot believe how emotional I am about all of this. It's just, I thank you all for being here tonight, because I obviously needed this healing. Moving more of that. A teaching of love. And so, love is the universal donor. Love transforms it all. When we get to a place where we can love all, no matter what they look like, no matter how they sound, no matter what words they're using, we've gotten it done. So, if you're looking for something that love can move, love is awesome at healing fear. And when I was sitting down looking at this yesterday, I was like, wow, look at all the fear showing up. Look at all the fear that we all have. I was actually sitting outside. If you don't know this about me and my house, I have a patio, a very small patio outside, and I have woods behind my house, and I have the biggest group of squirrels that are constantly coming to my sliding glass doors, sitting on my chairs, looking at me like, yo, I'd like a peanut. I'd like some food. Yo, I'd really like to have, a snack of some kind. And so as I was sitting on my patio and I was reading this text, I was like, really noticing the fear that is in me and asking about where that fear was. I suddenly had 4 squirrels come from opposite directions of my patio and almost collide together, and kind of leaping over each other and getting out of each other's way. And for me, squirrels are very much a lot of fear. Like, they just have a ton of fear. And I was like, wow, there's no coincidences about those squirrels and how they showed up. So everybody feel free to take a look at where you have a control panel of fear that is operating in your body. And that control panel is busy pumping out fear, running fear in your body. And it makes it really tough for all of us to have any other sense of anything going on. Yeah, when you have that control panel. Zoya, yeah, the back of your neck, absolutely. Sometimes these they can look like a lot of different things. I usually see them. They actually look like a little circuit breaker. For me, you may have see them as something else, but yeah, um, back of the neck. That's a great one. I have a control panel in my dantian, which is down there where my belly button is. I have one there. Awesome for us to move that. So I see some control panels behind people's eyes. I see there's a control panel in the throat. And we're going to move those for everybody. You know, it's really hard for us to operate through these low frequencies. It's really hard for us to access our information through these low frequencies. So, you know, fear and pain and anger and unworthiness, all those frequencies that show up, they show up in a lot of different ways in our body. And it's almost like a roadblock. It's almost like a block to us being able to access more of our information. So, you know, you go to ask, am I going out on this date? Am I taking this medication? Am I starting this new job? You know, am I going to the store right now? You like ask that question and you're just kind of sitting there with a big question mark. And some of you have so it's not just like one question mark, it's like question mark after question mark after question mark after question mark appearing, because it's like this roadblock. You know, you ask a question, it hits that roadblock, and that control panel just keeps popping up question after question after question after question, and you can't ever get to the answer. So, you know, as a person in a body, what do? We're like, I don't know. I just don't even know. I'm just not even going to worry about it. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go, you know, in a different direction because we can't get access to our information. Well, when we get to a point of frequency, when we get, you know, keep taking the body up in frequency, we eventually get to the point where like, oh, I can see what that is. I can see that roadblock. I can see that control panel. I can see, you know, that dark design. I can see whatever it is that is keeping me from accessing my information, keeping me from remembering that all of this is a teaching of love, keeping me from knowing that when I put out my hand that there is a gift that is always put in it. It's a really nice thing to have that awareness. I'm like, oh my God, life is so much more magical than I knew. So, moving more of the controls. You know, many of us have not only healing in our hands, but healing in our eyes, and of course healing in our throats. So, you know, if you find yourself talking, like, oh, I see that. Oh, that's really interesting. Look at that. You're actually giving yourself a healing as you're talking. And then if you find yourself singing, whatever it is, do 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 do. Do, 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 do. You're giving yourself a healing. Isn't that freaking cool? I love that. I love how that stuff shows up. So, Back to the book. This is a teaching of love. This is a gift for each of you. You may not get what you think you will, or you expected you might, because any expectation indeed, we would say, is born of the small self. And the small self's idea of what can be is limited by all things it has known prior. All things it has known prior. Has anybody ever had that experience where somebody tells you how you are? You know, they're busy telling you what you are like. Now, just so happens that right now I have some family in town, and it is my cousin. He's actually my older cousin. He has known me since the moment I was born. And, you know, I see him once or twice a year, and it's just so funny to me because he showed up last night and he's so excited to see me. I'm so excited to see him. But probably within 15 or 20 minutes, he had already made the first statement that was like, oh, well, you always do this. You always do. Oh, I know. You've been doing that since you were a little kid. And I'm like, wow, I don't know that that's true. And oh my goodness, isn't that interesting that he would say that? Because what he's saying isn't necessarily true. But we have lots of people who love us and care about us who keep putting us back in those same boxes, putting us back in those same ideas that they had about us, you know, 5 years ago, 5 months ago. It could even be 5 weeks ago, because we can change that quickly. But that's that small self that can only operate from the place that it is always known, right? The small self doesn't know how to create anything from a new space. They just know, this is what I've always known. Small self's idea of what can be is limited by all things it is known prior. That's it. That's what I know. I know this. I know how you are. This is the way we've always done things. My kids went to a school eons ago that I would say, well, why are we doing it that way? And they're like, oh, this is the way we do it. This is the way we do it. We can't create anything new. We just have always done this. So we want to give a healing to all of us where we keep putting ourselves back in the box, the limited ideas that we have from our small self. Because our small self, you know, our personality loves being comfortable, loves knowing exactly how things are going to be. Let's not create it any differently. Let's just keep doing this. This is what we do. And that's awesome. But it's not allowing us to create from a new space. It's not allowing us to try new things and expand, which is a frequency. Expansion is a frequency. Allowing us to be more creative and more filled with joy, more possibility, right? So, yeah, that small self, we want to give it a healing where we just want to do it. This is the way we do it. This is the way we do it. So, everybody feel free to find a place where you have boxes. You might have a storage space that you are aware of in your own body. You might have partitions. You might see them as partitions, like when you're in an office and there's those temporary walls. You might just have an awareness of some limiting ideas that you have. Here are some limiting ideas that I have. Oh, wow. That's the place where I'm like, oh, I have to have meatloaf Mondays. I have to have meatloaf every Monday because if I don't have meatloaf on Monday, my whole week, is kind of messed up. My whole week is just not the same. Boxes, partitions, or limiting ideas. This one I thought was kind of interesting because I keep seeing boxes. Like, it seems like everywhere I look, I'm like, oh, look, there's another box. Oh, look, there's another box in the physical, right? And I'm like, all right, why are there so many boxes running around my life right now? Oh, well, because there's a lot of boxes that are running around in my energetic bodies. So we get to move more of the boxes. So when I ask where are those boxes or those partitions in me, I see them here in my sternum. Places like little boxes that I've made, like this is what's comfortable, this is what's safe, let me put things in these boxes, this is where I'm really comfortable, this is how I can operate. Oh, well, the letter A is over there and the letter B is over there and the letter C is over there, that kind of thing. It's like here are the little boxes, putting them all in boxes. But it's not allowing me to be as expansive, as creative, as joy filled, as love filled, as I really know that it is possible. And I know it's possible because, we're constantly being gifted and we're constantly peeking in at this, the joy and the wonder and the creativity and the love that is available for us. Little glimpses like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going for, that's what I'm looking for. There you go. Whew. So we're going to work on moving more of those boxes and partitions however they show up. Okay, more cerulean blue coming in. That's wonder. More inspiration. More awakening frequency for all of us. Awakening is that bright yellow. Helps move more on consciousness. Yes. More awakening. Ooh. Somebody's got a head thing going on. Got an artifact up here. Jill, this is your artifact. Moving that out. Ash, you got an artifact. All right, there we go. Don't need that. You can put out your hand, ask for a gift. I'm waiting to see what the gift is, but I know it's silver. Silver like trust. I hear trust, trust, trust. And the gift that I get is a little book. It feels like it's a book that's like a little book like this. Trust. A little book, really, really thick. God, trust is so hard sometimes, isn't it? Does trust come easy to you guys? I find like every time I turn around, it's like another round of trust. Okay, I'm going to trust. So I'm going to put mine back here in my brainstem. Trust, trust, trust. Over and over again, I hear that. Gotta trust. You gotta trust. Trust me. I got you. Trust me. I got you. Okay. This is a teaching of love. This is a gift for each of you. Stars coming in. These stars, I think it's really cool because, last Tuesday, that's when it was. Last Tuesday, Kat and I were doing a special program for people who are interested in the mastery course that's starting next week. And everybody got a gift. And Kat had said just a moment before, she's like, "Oh, Bonnie sees so much better than I see." And when she said that, I did the like, "Oh my God, why'd she say that? I can't believe she said that," in my head. And I was like, "Okay." And so everybody got a gift. They got a fruit of some kind or another, and we were talking about them. And all of a sudden, I looked at the orange that was in somebody's hand. I just had the awareness of the orange. And when I looked at the orange, I could see the orange like if it were real. The orange was right there. But then all of a sudden, it was like I zoomed in on the orange and I started to see the algorithms and the alchemy that was making up the orange. So it was just all sorts of algorithms. If you picture science and math equations, just kind of like making it all up, making the orange up. And I was just like, wow, that was really cool. Oh my gosh, what was that? But of course, I'm on a Zoom call and I'm in front of a bunch of people I don't know, so I acted real cool. I was really together. Oh, and so I just went and described it. And then in the back of my head, I'm having this whole conversation with myself like, wow, what was that? Like, I've never seen with such clarity. That's amazing. And so the next person that we were talking about had had an apple, but the apple was opened up into two pieces. And so I could see the apple as it was opened up that it had all these crystals inside of it. And once again, it was like an apple that I was used to seeing. And then I could see all these little cubes and crystals of reds, freedom frequency and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, I've never seen that with such clarity. And I knew it was a gift. It was a gift that was being given to me. And that place when somebody else goes, yeah, you can do this. Yeah, you have this ability. And I just, oh my God, I do. I just trusted it for those few minutes. Oh my God, I do have that ability. So I want you to just take this. Yes, you do have the ability. You are being gifted. You are so much more than you can possibly imagine. So much more powerful, so much more magical than you could imagine. But it is right there for you. It's just all these low frequencies that get in the way, that tell us that that's not true, that that can't possibly be the case. It's just all of that stuff. Not true. Not true at all. Okay, moving more of the boxes and the partitions. All those things that are not your truth. Oh, storehouses. Move those. Yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I was with Joan today. She teaches EA on Monday, and I believe it was after class we were sitting and talking about what the healing circle used to look like. So I get to tell you all this. Joan was the first one who started the healing circle. And we used to gather together in person. And, here we were doing a healing circle in person. And Joan, we would go on adventures, we would go on field trips. And there were times that we were like, going down to the center of the earth, and we're all describing the things we see, and the healings that were given, and we're doing all sorts of stuff there. We were just constantly having adventures. And then Joan would talk to Kara, who was our teacher at the time, and Kara would be like, yeah, you guys, man, you just went off on your adventures and did all sorts of things I'm not sure that you really were supposed to do, or that that you did all those things. So Joan took the healing circle from that in person to putting it online, putting it on Zoom, and she played music, and we used to sit and create designs and do healings to music, and we would go to like different countries and different planets, and it was just totally awesome and amazing. And then after that, after Joan stopped doing the healing circle, Joan got the information, she was finished, then Nicole took it over, and Nicole did such an amazing job, such an awesome job. And then when Nicole said the healing circle was done, I was like, oh, now it's mine to do. And so I knew we were going to be using the claims of truth and working with them. And so it's so very cool that we have this awesome opportunity. And the idea is, many people have walked this path. Joan did it in one way, and then Joan did it in another way, then Nicole did it. Many people have walked this path before. But it's experiential. Every path is experiential. And just because Joan walked the path before me, Joan had one experience. And then Nicole walked after her, and Nicole had another experience. And now I'm walking it, and it's a very different experience. They're all very different. And so it's really important for us to see that just because somebody has walked a path before us, that doesn't mean that we are held to that exact same path. They went right, left, right. Oh my God, we need to go right, left, right, because that's how they did it. When in fact, we might be going left, 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 or right, right, right. And so we're going to take and give everybody a healing on those places, that programming where we think that this is the way it's always been done, so this is the way we have to do it. You have the freedom to create from a new space, to create it all anew. Some of this programming that we're moving is programming that's based in religious programming. There's a lot of religious programming. And you can look and ask where yours is. It's a lot of religious programming in our brains. A lot of religious programming tonight in our stomachs as well. So, gonna work on that. On your stomach, and if you have an awareness of somewhere else that you have some religious programming, feel free to put that in the chat or just speak it out into the quantum field, because that's how that works. It does not have to look, your life does not have to look like anybody else's. Doesn't have to look like your parents, doesn't have to look like your best friend. It's clear karma and agreements, bundles and bundles of karma and agreements, please. Between friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, yes, all of that. Clear more karma and agreements. Nice. Let's rescind any invitation source. Yep, any and all invitations that you can rescind. Thank you. We're also reassigning beings. There's a lot of beings behaving badly. That's what they do. It's no big deal. Beings behave badly. You know, they get a little flipped out by all the light. And, you know, if I were sitting in the dark and somebody came in and suddenly flipped on a light, I might be a little discombobulated. I might be a little worked up over that, so that's no big deal. We just reassign the beings. They're happy when have been reassigned to the astral. There they get a healing. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful. You're looking much brighter. So we have a gift of love that is being designed for each one of us. It is a gift of love. And each and every one of them is based on your frequency, on what your higher self most wants you to be gifted. See, my higher self has an idea of like, oh my God, this is exactly what I need. So it's like putting in an order. This is what I'm looking for. Yes, I want it to go in this particular spot, and I want it to have these frequencies because that's what I'm going to be able to use most. You have a higher self that is like, yeah, that's all well and good for Bonnie and Bonnie's, body and stuff, but this is what I need. I need to have these kinds of things. And so the beautiful thing about this gift is that it is designed specifically for you. It is, filled with the frequencies that you most want to have. Now, in case you didn't know, tomorrow is the spring equinox. Apparently the spring equinox is different every year. I actually thought it was always the same day of the year, but tomorrow is the spring equinox, so there's going to be an opportunity for a lot of healing. And then this weekend, I think it's actually on Monday, there is the full moon. More healing opportunities. And so your higher self is yo, I've got things to do. This is what I've got planned for all of these things that are happening. Oh, and there's I think it's an eclipse as well. So your higher self is like, okay, I'm going to use these energies for this and these energies for that, and I want more of this and I want more of that. So you can feel free to check in and ask. So I have looks like a crystalline bell tower. Crystalline bell tower. Now what's funny about it is that it's like, oh look, I have a crystalline bell. And it's like bigger. Think bigger. And I get to take the healing on the place where I'm like, oh my God, what could be bigger than a crystalline bell? Okay, a bigger bell. And then I have an awareness of a tower. I've been hearing Tower of Power. I think since last Thursday. I think that was my gratitude. I kept hearing Tower of Power, Tower of Power. And so when I asked the question, what's bigger than a crystalline bell, like a bigger crystalline bell? And it's like, all of a sudden I have a tower in my awareness. I'm like, oh, a bell tower. And it is actually going from the top of my head all the way to the bottom of my feet. It is going to be installed, and it has harmonics in it. It has all kinds of healing alchemy. There are lots of different frequencies, and the gift is going to be connected in. I wanted to say wired, and I kept hearing that wire was not the right word. Connected in to other parts in my body. Now, you can take a look at the gift that you are being given. So I'm actually seeing like these gifts so there is a gift that someone is getting that is it's a lantern. That's a really good word for it. Thank you. A lantern. Picture the lanterns like that they carried like in colonial days. That's kind of how I see this lantern. But it's not that. It's a lantern, and the whole thing is lit up. The whole thing is just pulsing light and high frequencies and wonder and clarity and joy and resurrection and magic and reconciliation. It's just pulsing all of these high frequencies, just radiating. That's what I want, radiating these high frequencies as well, just like, yeah, radiating. Oh my God. So yeah, that's gift is for you. Once again, it is going in from the top of your highest chakras all the way down to under your feet. It is being installed. It is a gift of love. A gift of love. Yeah, it looks like you're it's amazing. Amazing, amazing. Do, 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 Keely, every time I look at yours, I'm like, I keep seeing all of these flowers, and I'm like, God, I need a better word. So I want to say that it's like a bouquet on steroids. It's not even close to that. Um, so it's powered. It's powered by light. I want to give it a I want to give it a word, something that makes more sense. Um, like I want to make it that there's something to it, like that, like to explain the power. But it is powered by light, and it's like the flowers come up, and it's just like they keep bursting open with so much joy, with so much wonder, with so much love, with so much grace, and they just keep bursting. Can I have some more words? Um, like radiating works. it um it's just it's just like flower, 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 and it's so amazing. And it's just like you, the person is like the all I can see are the flowers, the flowers, the flowers. They're very crystalline. They're filled with alchemy. It's just absolutely amazing. It's just like flower, flower, flower. And I'm like, oh my God. Um, and yeah, it's powered by light. Powered by light. Um, Yeah. And then as I'm like sitting here watching these for you guys, I'm like, I'm also seeing um, these lights. Like I see like these spotlights that are just like going off, and they're not like, I'm like, they look like spotlights, and like they're not actually spotlights. They're actually like bursts of light, not like fireworks, and not I'm like, oh my God, I need a bigger language for all of this. But there are lots of other gifts that people are receiving as they like trust and go, oh yeah, this is amazing. And they're just gifts of love, gifts that are always available to us, because I'm having a moment where I'm like, oh my God, am I getting this right? Like maybe these are like, gifts that are supposed to be for some other special occasion. And I'm like, and then my higher self keeps going, yo, no, these are the gifts that are showing up for tonight. Stop. Stop going down that path of, oh my God, am I getting this right? Is this right? All of that stuff. It is not the truth. And it's the thing that we're healing more of. Healing, healing, healing more of. So, if you get nothing else out of tonight, get the part that you are filled with some amazing, incredible, awesome healing, that the gifts are always available for you, that you are filled with so much light, with so much love, so much more than you could possibly imagine. It's so much more. And I'm like, give me the words to say. It's just magic, just amazing, just possibility everywhere. So, so awesome. So, so awesome. I'm so grateful. Okay. Keep hearing, stop trying to fill the space. It's just perfect. Just perfect. Okay. gifts coming in. They're just like confetti and glitter and crystalline amazingness. Crystalline amazingness. How about that for a word? Just coming in, coming in, coming in. Now, here's your reminder, because it's not like a claim of truth that you may sit down and say. You go, I am love. I am gifted. I am love. I am gifted. Or you can just tell yourself over and over again, this is a teaching of love. This is a gift for me. And I see that where it's like when you're moving through your day and you're having a hard day and you're just like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Oh, this is a teaching of love. This is a gift for me. This is a gift for me. Holy freaking cow. Talk about changing your perspective. Talk about changing things completely. Whatever you're going through, you've been in a car accident. This is a teaching of love. This is a gift for me. Can I see the gift in this? You just have an ugly, miserable breakup, relationship, whatever that is. Oh, this is a teaching of love. This is a gift for me. Can I see my way through it? Can I see my way to the love, to the gift part? Because I can trust that my higher self is always on it. This program tonight, this healing circle tonight, has been a teaching of love. And it has been a gift for me. I started off going, what am I doing? And holy cow, what is this I'm talking about? Why am I mentioning this? Why am I saying that? But I get to once again go, oh wait, this is a teaching of love. My higher self arranged this for this beautiful teaching to trust. Trust that it's all about the love. Trust that it's a gift for me to have this experience. So I thank you guys for being a part of that. It's absolutely freaking perfect. I'm so blessed. I'm so appreciative. I'm so grateful. And with that, I seal the field onto the light, that one true source, creator, God, who's just all the magic, all the love, all the joy, all the OMG. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank my healing team. I thank the Privy Council. I thank each and every one of you who showed up for my teaching of love and who enjoyed a whole bunch of amazing, incredible gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it more than you can ever imagine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, I say amen and aho. I love and appreciate you immensely. I will see you back here in 2 weeks for another teaching of love, for some more gifts. Love you guys. Have a great evening. Have a great week. And let me know if there's anything I can do to help.